All right, welcome back into hour two. Let's do it. We got something else here on tap. Now, Jacob, you said that 7.7%, decent drop rate, right? Not bad, not horrible, right? I mean,
I'll take that. Yeah.
And when when you hear a drop rate, you think, okay, well, that's high or that's low. Look at the production too. Like, look at how are they attacking defenses with him. You're going to have a higher drop percentage when you're taking shots a lot, right? That's something to take into consideration as well. But what I did earlier, I did a breakdown. Like, you guys know, the biggest issue, we just talked about the two biggest issues for the Green Bay Packers last year were wide receiver drops and their inability to get open in man coverage. Now, I believe it's personally a lack of double move route combinations. That's part of it as well with man coverage. However, you go and get a guy that can beat man coverage. You find yourself in that situation. Now what you want to do is try to get him isolated to where it's one-on-one coverage. And then when they start bracket covering, that's where other things can truly open up, where you can run away from that bracket and gain that +1 hat count. Now the running game's often going, right? But so we did a breakdown here, and Tim's going to love this picture I got at the top here, boys. Look at that right there. Look at that guy right there. Here's how to improve Green Bay's drop problem while adding another weapon. That's what I titled the article, okay? I actually wrote this one out myself, okay? And it's real short.
Here's the guy.
It's no secret the 2024 Green Bay Packers struggled with drop passes all season, even with the addition of free agent Mecole Hardman. General Manager Brian Gutekunst will be looking to add at least one draft choice to the receiver room. Listed below is every wide receiver prospect from our PTA Big Board as of March 24th, 2025, in the order of their grade, along with those same players sorted by lowest drop percentage. Let's see who separate themselves from the pack. So on the left, this is our PTA Big Board, the order in which these receivers are ranked, okay? And you see the drop percentage next to it, like Ted McMillan, 7.7%. Luther Burden's our second best receiver on the board, only a 4.7% drop rate. Emeka Egbuka, 5.8%. Matthew Golden, 6.5%. Trey Harris, 7.7%. We just talked about him, right? Xavier Restrepo, which, by the way, boys, today, Lord have mercy, that 40, that was ugly. He ran a 4.8?
He jogged his 40.
4.7, 4.8, 40, whatever. And it's crazy as his drop rate's 2.8%. So, again, which would you rather have? Someone who's going to drop a few more passes but have that explosiveness to hit those explosive plays that we know is important. Every time you hit an explosive, it triples your chances of scoring on that specific drive. Or do you go with a guy who's slower but catches the football? You know what I mean? Both have the pros and cons. Yep. I think most GMs would lean toward, hey, let's try to amp up the explosive plays. So Jaden Higgins, though, Tim, 2.2% drop rate, bro.
Yeah.
2.2%. Jalen Royals, 5.2%. Alec Onyemanu, 8.7%. And Jack Besh at 1.6%. So, again, that is ranked in terms of our PTA Big Board. Look on the right now. And these are the guys who led in drop percentage, meaning the best, the lowest drop percentage, okay? And I'm assuming this is right. I went through and handpicked these and double-checked them with my own two eyes on PFF's website. It had Elijah Badger at Florida, 0% drop rate. Ty Robinson at Ball State, 0%. Jeremiah Hunter at Washington, 0%. Isaac Tesla out of Arkansas, 0%.
Tesla.
Huh?
Tesla.
My bad. I apologize there, sir. You ain't been keying no cars, have you, Jacob? I need you.
Down there in Arkansas.
All right. Joey Hobart, Texas State, 1.4%. Jack Beck, 1.6%.
Bish.
Pat Bryant, Illinois, 1.8%. Caden Prather out of Maryland, 1.8%. Jaden
Higgins, Iowa State, 2.2%.
And Efton Chisholm, Eastern Washington, 2.4%. All right.
This receiving is tough.
The goal here is you want as many guys on the left in the top 10 or the top 20, right up there on the right side as well. That's where you're really zeroing in on, okay, these are the dudes that graded, that set really, really high on our big board, but also had an extremely low drop percentage. That's kind of the home run picks, right? And as you scroll down, I included the whole list. I was late for dinner, man. He was ready to kick my ass, but we got all the numbers in just to kind of give you an idea of where everybody is. You could pause the screen and see, right? But we're going to get to the point of this whole article here, which I thought was fascinating, man. So here's what we came up with, guys. Final word. Y'all going to love this. This is the way I set it up, too. I said, now let's zero in on which players make the most sense at these specific spots in the draft based off of our PTA big board, right? Like they might be around at this time. Although drop percentages and everything below are 4 wide receivers who could be great value at the suggested pick. Round 2, pick 54, hands down, above Trey Harris, in my opinion, Jaden Higgins, I would say.
Here's the guy.
With that drop percentage, he's officially – I'm going to keep our board the same way. But my personal opinion, based off of drop percentage as well as where they're both located on the board, and you take into the size factor that Jaden Higgins is 6'4", Trey Harris is 6'2". They both run about the same speed. Jaden Higgins would be my dude at pick 54. That's where I'm
from
at
a fan right here.
Round 3, people are like, how much did Tim pay you to say that? But round 3, pick 87, Jack Besh. Could you imagine getting Jack Besh with the 87th pick?
Yes.
That might be your double dip if he's there. And again, that's because he's sitting around that spot on our big board. Guys, Jack Besh may go at the top of the second. We don't know, right? But that's another way of looking at it. Round 4, pick 124, Pat Bryant will be a solid out of Illinois, right? So if you miss on Jaden Higgins in the second and Jack Besh is there, you still feel pretty good about getting Besh with 87, right? If you miss on both of those guys, Pat Bryant might be a 4th-round pick you're looking to nab, right? And then, of course, in round 6, pick 198, if you're looking for just a late-round dude that might end up popping, Elijah Badger out of Florida had a really good drop rate as well. There's both of them.
I just caught the ball.
So what do y'all think of that breakdown? Do you think there's any value in that? And be honest with me, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I was just sitting there looking at let's look at what the entire information says, all the information on the big board says, and then let's go find those guys who have the lowest drop rate. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. You're not getting any arguments out of me on Jaden Higgins at 54. I'd be cool double dipping at receiver as long as we knock out defensive line in the first round for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this kind of lines up perfect. Like what this tells me, Jacob, is you don't have to go after that Matthew Golden in the first round or even Tet McMillan. Like we're all over Tet McMillan because he's so high on our board, right? But the 7.7% drop rate, maybe you get better value in Jaden Higgins in the second round. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I would say that would make this I wouldn't say worthless exercise, but one that would make me scratch my head in the opposite direction is, granted, the way that the Packers organization likes to pick players is we like to pick guys that have big drop rates with high upside.
It's true.
And it's like, so I'm looking at the opposite side of this list being like, all right, please
That
don't.
screams Trey Harris.
That's well. And I mean, I've highlighted, this has been one of my big things was I looked at the drop rate. That's why Pat Bryant jumped off the board to me. It's why Jack Besh jumped off the board, why Higgins jumped off the board. But the Goody, the front office there, they seem to have that mentality of we can change him. We can change him. Mm-hmm. All we need you to do is just, go on a couple of dates. We can change you, buddy. There you go. There it is. I mean, if you even look towards down, can we scroll down just a little bit here? Yeah. Even guys like we've talked about Torrey Horton. I know Tim and I really love that guy there. Luther Burden's right there. Jalen Noel. Brew McCoy, there's another guy that shows up again. One of them that a little underrated there. But if you scroll just a little bit farther, if you could, there's our Jalen Royals. There's our Nick Nash. There's Rock Taylor, Emeka. I mean, there's guys. There's guys.
There's guys. That's right.
Guys.
That's right.
I don't even know what, and I'm kind of putting you guys on the spot. Now I'm asking because I don't really have an answer. In the chat, let me know what you think. What would be like a drop percentage where you go, okay, anything there or
8 or below
is good. 8 or below, is that what it is?
That's kind of what I'd like, yeah.
Hey, there you go. So Trey Harris would be okay. I'd be okay with either of those guys. I still stand there. I'm just saying, based off this, that's significantly better drop rate with Jaden Higgins. Now, keep in mind, where did Jaden Higgins play football? Iowa State.
Yeah, Iowa State. Yeah.
Where did Trey Harris play? Ole Miss, right? Ole Miss. Yep. You've got to take that into consideration too. That's why I'm okay with either of them. I really am. Let's see here what Coach Lynn says. He's the receiver. He's the receiver specialist in here. I see my name mentioned by Carl. I'm like, oh God, I did something wrong, but I think it was a positive. Okay, cool. Thank you. Coach Lynn, there are some dudes for sure. Kyle Williams is another one to watch. Where's Kyle on this list? Did he pop out at all? I'm trying to think. I can't remember.
No, I think that he was a little bit farther down.
Bit lower.
Right there,
37. Which is 37. Yeah, there you go. 6.7. So that's below that 8%.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad. I'll take that.
Not at all. It's interesting, man. It really is. Now, when you go to the bottom of the list, is there any names here at the bottom with this really, really high drop percentage that you go, oh man, I thought he was a pretty good football player? You keep hearing
Savion. I was gonna say Savion. He's massive. That's another 6'5", 6'4" type guy. But
Ja'Cory Brooks out of Louisville, another one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one we mentioned, right?
Elik's up there a little too high for my liking. Same with Chimera Dyke.
Yeah, Ricky White, UNLV, another
Ty
guy
Felton.
that I like.
Hey, look at Dante Thornton falling below 8%, boys. What do you think about that? It's a speed demon. He's lower on our board, isn't he? Am I thinking right? As it sits right now. And again, we got some more. Actually, where's he at? Dante Thornton on the wide receiver list. Is he higher than that?
38th.
38.
Oh, you're talking on the other side.
Yeah, I'm looking left here. I'm just trying to remember where he was ranked amongst wide receivers on our big board right now. Dante Thornton.
Man, where is he? All right, there. 31, 32. Is that where I saw him?
Okay, cool. There you go. So he's the 30th best receiver on our board. So that might be a really late round guy too, that you go, okay. So that's cool that you said 8%. I never really got kind of a visual on that. Jake Shavink, I seen him in the chat. Jake, if you don't care, what do you think is an acceptable drop percentage, man? Are you kind of like Jacob, 8%, or are you a little more strict, maybe a little more lenient? How do you feel about drop percentage? Where's the cutoff where you go, man, that's just too much there. That's too much. Let us know in the chat. You guys look for that. I'm eager to see what he has to say there. But Tim, you got anything else to add to the receivers, man? Again,
Kyle Williams. I'm looking up his numbers right now. Almost had 1,200 yards last year. 70 receptions, 14 tutters, 17.1 yards per reception. 13 games, graded out 79.9. I think Coach Glenn's onto something here.
Look at what Deadfish said too. Elijah Badger. I don't know why I didn't think he was that athletic. I mean, I don't know much about the guy, but probably because he played for Florida, who has been down the last few years. But said Elijah Badger, 6'1", 200 pounds with a 4.43 40, 9.3 RAS score, and he's one that we're looking at going, boy, if he's available, you imagine getting him in the 6th round, hell, even the 5th round. That might be one to look for as well. I was going to see too. Where these guys, who the Packers have met with. Maybe we can really zero in on who they might be looking at. I'm going to keep that up so I can see that, but I'm going to tell you guys who the Packers have already met with wide receiver-wise off this list. So the list of 4 is Jaden Higgins. We have met with Jaden Higgins, right? Jack Besh, right? Jack Besh we have not met with to the best of my knowledge so far. If you guys have other information, let me know in the chat. Pat Bryant, we have not met with.
Oh.
And then Elijah Badger is significantly lower on our board. He is, mainly because of the PFF big board at the end of the college football season. But we have not met with him. So of this list, Tim, only Jaden Higgins is the only player that I know of that the Packers actually met with. There you go. Thank you. Jake Shavink says, I think around 10% is where that concerning conversation starts. Yeah. So Jacob's 8%, probably pretty good little sweet spot there.
And if you're, going through PTSD from the drops last year, you're probably somewhere near that 5 to 6%. If you're trying to stand on it, But I'm with you guys. I think 8 to 10% is fair.
Look at what John Smith had to say.
See, this is what I'm talking about, right?
Dontravion Wicks had a drop rate of 27. Dontravion, dude. I know I do this for a living. Wicks had a drop rate of 27.3, the second highest mark among all receivers according to PFF. Good Lord.
Every time he hits it, I have to wait for him. You guys got to understand something. That's a continuous soundbite. Tim intentionally every time hits. It could be a crackhead, and then he hits pause and waits for the second part. Now, I'm just telling you, that's the reason he's the producer of this show. Tim knows what the hell he's doing with the crackhead drop. All right. So since we're talking 27% drop rate, I guess none of these guys qualify for us, right? Is that what we're saying?
Goodly.
That's wild. Yeah. But then what did Goody see though was he seen them feet. He was like Rex Ryan. He said,
RAS scores.
Yeah. Well, I think he was looking at that route running on him. Man.
Unfortunately, there you go.
Yeah, Puka at 6%. Flowers was at 9% in the 2023 class. Addison was 3.3%. Jordan Addison was my best receiver that year, and I got laughed at. And I was like, I'm just going to go back and hide. Now everybody makes fun of me because I said Jordan Addison was the best receiver that year. But 3.3%, obviously, the drop rate's important to me, man. It really is. All right, cool. You guys, you done with this list? Anything else you want to look at here?
I'm done with it.
All right. So we didn't hit our goal for a mock, right? Do you guys want to? Do y'all want to do a mock, or would you rather do a quick little history segment? What would y'all rather do? I'm going to let y'all make the decision and let them hate you and not me.
We just did a history segment recently.
Mm-hmm.
Buckets Golden Bag, if you remember correctly. I feel like even though the people are a bunch of cheapskates, just like me, no hate.
Jacob would never have thrown a super chat up, but he would never have.
If you could do a 1 cent super chat, I'd give you 100 today, bud. All right.
All right. What do we want to use? Do we want to use the?
You got any of them 2 for $1 super chats?
Do y'all want to use the mock draft database?
Yes. Let's try that one.
All right. We've used it the last few times, and it's been fun. I feel like it works pretty well. Give me just a second. I gotta zoom out. Y'all's old asses couldn't read the screen, so I zoomed in the last time I was on the side. So talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to get the mock draft simulator set up real quick, boys.
That is sad, just so you guys know behind the scenes. Anytime this happens, it means me and Tim are going, what does that say?
Yeah.
A couple old men.
Yeah, hey, this is a real thing, guys. Coach Len, thank you for bringing up the real needs of this podcast. He says, can we bring back the conspiracy music drop?
No, we can't because the algorithm hates us.
Y'all gonna be mad. Y'all gonna be mad at me. I think I
Why?
lost it. That little clip I put together. I think I created that, by the way.
Why would you do that?
Right, Jacob, man, I'm a busy guy, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Jeez, oh Pete, man. Tim, I'm abused on this show every day, dude. Every day. Man,
Only by Jacob, though.
Super
that's true. All right. Let's do this. Y'all ready to roll? Can y'all see that okay?
You ready to go?
What in the world? All right, that's better, ain't it? We good?
There we go.
All right. Let's get this party started. 7-round mock. Let's try to go quick. Well, we got 20 minutes. We're good, right?
Yeah.
Chat,
Yeah.
I know y'all fired up. Let's do it. Here we go. And today, Cam Ward obviously had his pro day. Looked like that went fairly well from what I've seen. I didn't hear any bad reports there other than Xavier Restrepo still running his 40-yard dash. They had to take a lunch break before they clocked.
What kind of a trade proposal is this? Come on.
What about that one? We're rejecting them all. It don't matter.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
John A. Barron, run the card.
Yeah, there you go. It's gonna be the fastest.
But hold on for Jake Shavink here. Oh, here he is already. You just smelled that Colson Loveland was in. It's like a shark with a tiny blood of water.
There he is. He's there, boys. It's a suggestion too. Imagine that.
Well, look, Harold Fanning's there as well. Is
That's
there
a reach though at 23?
Yeah.
All right. So here I keep forgetting we got a podcast going. I'm sorry, guys. Y'all probably already turned it off. Shamar Stewart is available. He's in the 13 spot. Again, we're picking at 23. Jahdae Barron at 16. Jahad Campbell, 17. Colston Loveland, 19. Tyler Booker, 24. Josh Simmons, 25. Let's just look at receivers since we've been talking about it a lot. Emeka Egbuka sitting there. Luther Burden, Trey Harris, Aiden Higgins. Those guys are coming up, right? So there you go.
D-line.
Yeah, D-line.
We'll take a look at D-line. We've just done the breakdown, right? Based off everything we covered tonight. Are either of those guys there? They are not. It's Darius Alexander, Tyleek Williams, Alfred Collins, TJ Sanders, Deion Walker, Omar Norman Lott. All three of the guys we talked about earlier are gone out of here. So it kind of feels like you got to shift your focus back to edge or corner, right? Yep. For me, I'm with you, Tim. I'm just going to go ahead and say it too. This is Jahdae Barron for me.
Yep.
I would take Jahdae Barron here.
Is there any – if this was real and we had these prospects, I would definitely be team trade back. But for the – I just don't want it to get wonky with doing trades in this draft. I say we stick and pick. We go Jahdae Barron, and we're happy about it.
All right. Everybody on board with it? We good? All right. Here we go. Jahdae Barron with the 23rd pick, cornerback out of Texas. I love that pick, man. And yeah, for a quick reference here, if I can get – well, I can't sort my board. Never mind. I was going to give you guys an idea of where we had Jahdae. We won't do this for every pick, but I just want to get a quick glance here if I could.
Coach says, would this be the pick even if we kept Jaw?
Yes.
If this is how the board fell, I would say yeah.
I think so too. It's either that or Shamar Stewart, right? And listen, I know many of us are anti Shamar Stewart because it's like, man, he didn't have quite the production we wanted in college. He's 16th on our board. He's higher than Jahdae Barron. Jahdae Barron's in the 21 spot. So it's just personal preference. I understand that whole, man, I don't know if I'd take Shamar Stewart over Jahdae Barron. But boy, oh boy, if you pass up on him and he turns into another TJ Watt, Goody is not going to be able to live that down.
Bro, I'm crazy. This is to move up one spot. They were willing to give us like 7 picks.
I'm not even looking at
Fake news. It's fake news.
That's what they told me.
All right, best available: Benjamin Morrison, cornerback out of Notre Dame; Tyleik Williams, defensive lineman out of Ohio State; Xavier Watts, safety out of Notre Dame; Quishon Judkins, JT Tuamaloa, Elijah Arroyo, Princely Umanemelin, Jalen Milroe, Marcus Mbo.
Marcus Bo.
Wait a minute,
East,
Tim.
baby.
Hold on, Tim.
Okay, there though, Tim. Jaden Higgins.
Here's a guy.
This is going to be tough, guys. This is going to be tough.
It ain't that tough. It's Jaden Higgins or it's our.
It ain't that tough.
I honestly would say either
D
Princely.
tackle. Where's my D tackle? There he is, Tyleik Williams.
That's the thing. It's starting to drop off now, right?
Yep.
It really is.
Unless you guys want to take CJ West or Jordan Phillips later.
That's a good point. So let's see here. What do you guys think would be the best picks according to these options right here? And I'm going to look them up on our big board and kind of see where we got them. Obviously, Jaden Higgins, right? That's going to be your top receiver that you would potentially take here.
I like.
Looks like Freddie Harris is gone, right? What's that?
Princely Umanelin. I like him.
Do you? Okay. Let me see where we got Princely. We got Princely in the 56th spot. All right. Jaden Higgins, we've got in the 58th spot. Tyleik Williams, we've got in the 37th spot, Tim.
Tyleik Williams, that's the pick.
What?
We're going to miss out on Jaden Higgins, right? So now it becomes that question of remember the exercise we just did in that article we read. You're going to hope for Jack Bech in the next round, right? That's what it comes down to.
Guys, we got McCole Hardman. We're good.
All right. Tyleik Williams, everybody agree?
Oh,
Jacob, you son of a gun.
Jacob Goldenberg, make your case.
Let's hear it.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Tyleik Williams.
Jake,
Shabank's already calling me out.
What world is this?
I don't know.
Do we have any trade proposals?
Is there an option to trade back if possible?
If we could move back.
I think we already told him to go to hell, to be honest with you.
Just click the trade button up top.
All right.
Nah, never mind. Screw it. It's a bunch of
that's going
bull hockey.
Y'all are out of control tonight, man.
All right, fine.
You know I want to take Jaden Higgins, but if we don't take Tyleik Williams here, what is our options going to be for D-line?
It's not good. It drops off 6. He's the last one in this kind of
that tier, right?
Yeah, that tier. Well, let me see where we got TJ Sanders, because if TJ Sanders is sitting in the 63 spot, just to make sure.
I guess Tyleik's all right. He's very durable. There's just
all right. So listen to this. We got TJ Sanders in the 49 spot. So again, if we go receiver here, we could get Jaden Higgins. Looks Jack Bech is going to be gone, it looks like. So that's kind of a pipe dream there. Now we're looking at our fourth. Who was our fourth round? Was it Pat Bryant that we said, hey, we might like him?
Yep.
Torrey Horton.
Was it Torrey Horton? What was on the short list?
It was Pat Bryant. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was Pat Bryant. Yeah.
Pat Bryant and then the kid from Florida. What was his name? Is he already gone? He may already be gone.
Yeah, Elijah Badger's. No, he's not. Elijah Badger's still there.
Is he?
He's way down there. Way down.
Way down.
Yeah.
Elijah Badger.
Not that far. He was around like the 400s.
He was around what, 400? You said
right there. Yep. You just
right there. He said.
I'm just saying the chat wants Higgins.
There. 327 is Elijah. Yeah.
So we could definitely get Elijah Badger later. You say the chat wants Higgins. Is that what you said, Tim? Let's let the chat make the decision. This is tough, right? Let's let the chat make the decision. Chat. No reason why. Say the name you want right now. Tyleik Williams or Jaden Higgins. Which of those two do you want? Trudy, JT. All right. Coach
Same with,
Lynn said JT.
JT, yeah.
Brett McFarley said TJ Sanders. Tylee, God,
Can you
everybody.
go back up? Can you go back up?
Mhm.
Just see the best available of everybody.
Yep, Tylee Williams is definitely the best available.
Gosh, I tell you what, I might be on the JT as well if I really had to.
It looks like everybody likes JT. Rob in here. I can't. Rob, I apologize for you
Rob
coming in here.
Westerman. There we go. There's a reliable source. Jaden Higgins. Book it.
I'll take Higgins. Let's go.
All right, we're going Higgins. That took a little time. Jake started the pressure, and everybody finished it off. Here we go. Jaden Higgins, pick 54.
He was the best guy around.
All right, let's see who's up
Another
next.
mock, another Jaden Higgins in the second round. Let's go.
Let's see if Besh was actually there now. He is
No,
gone.
look at that, though. Oh, he could double
Wyatt
dip there.
Malone.
I love Wyatt Malone. I do.
Yep, so here's the best.
Man, you don't want to take Jalen Noel? Let's get both them Iowa State receivers.
Double dip, bro. We could double dip.
So we still haven't got a 3-tech, right? Let's look at D-line.
CJ West.
At pick 111, right? So he'll be gone at 124.
Dude, Shavink's in on it. Higgins and Noel back together again. Let's go.
God almighty. Let me see what we got Noel. I'd really like to know what we got.
Omar Norman Lott might be a good pick too here.
We got Noel in the 114 spot. So it'd be a little bit of a reach for us right here according to our board. Would you say Norman Lott?
Yes, sir.
Check out Norman Lott real quick. We got Norman Lott at 125. That's a reach.
Where's Josh Farmer?
I don't like Josh Farmer. I don't understand the Josh Farmer stuff.
We got Joshua Farmer at 194.
Okay.
CJ West. I feel like CJ West was fairly high. CJ West 111. That's getting better, right? So let's go best available again, and we may end up going offensive line.
Where's Wyatt Malone? Real quick.
I feel like Wyatt Malone. For
He
a
was in
while
the
he was pretty
50s,
high on
wasn't
our
he?
board. Yeah, we got him in a 63 spot. This looks like
I feel
might be
like
the
that's
pick right there.
Wyatt.
yeah, it's got to be Wyatt Malone. I'm trying to just take a quick peek here. Yeah, Wyatt Malone.
No 3-tech for us.
He's versatile as well. Some call it agile, mobile,
So
hostile.
Tim, keep in mind. Don't let me forget that we could have went Tyleek Williams instead of Jaden Higgins, right?
Yep.
So that's kind of the conflict. That's what really steered this whole mock in the direction it's gone. Not that I don't.
Deion Walker, here we come, baby.
I think he's already gone. Actually,
Really?
let's see.
No.
Yeah, he gone, big dog.
Look at,
Wow.
Elijah Roberts too.
Oh, there's Peebles. Is that how you say his name, Peebles? I heard somebody say Pebbles the other day. I'm like, are they smoking crack or am I high? What's going on here? So,
Be a crackhead.
all right. So far, I listen. I don't hate this draft. Like,
You got hold to the wrong stuff.
I knew he was gonna do it.
we're sticking the best available here. So we got Jahdae Barron, Jaden Higgins, and Wyatt Malone. All right. Think in terms of need. We got corner. We're feeling pretty good about corner, right?
Got straight Ace. They called me Ace.
We got a receiver. We got an offensive
Straight
lineman.
B's, call me Buzz.
I feel like we're going to have to just buckle down and reach here for a 3-tech. Let's just see if any of these guys. I'm going to rapid fire through them real quick. All right.
I think
Peebles. Oh,
Yeah.
my God. 105?
Boom.
Let's
Run
go.
the card.
Boom, right there. That's it.
Done.
We did it.
Easy.
Let me just say here. Let me see. Peegs.
Peebles is top 100 on our board, isn't he?
He's borderline. Like I said, he's
Yeah, he's great.
105. Yeah. That's
105.
that's got to be the pick. That makes a lot of sense. All right. We're going
Ish.
to Aeneas.
Hey, D-line. Look at that.
He had 31 hurries last year. That's
Oh,
a
for
lot.
real?
True pass rush grade of 91.2 and a pass rush win rate of 17.8. He's better than Derek Harmon, guys. Pass rush grade of 91.2, run defense grade of 78.5. He's played 13 games of every single one of his seasons except for 2024, where he played 12. Let's go.
All right.
Yeesh.
Let's see here.
look
Jackson.
at Edge.
Yeah, Edge. You want to take a peek? David Walker, Barron Sorrell, Tyler Barron, Fadil Diggs. We met with Fadil Diggs, right? Am I thinking right? I want to say
I
that was
believe so. Where do you have David Walker? A small school, but the guy's production is unbelievable.
David. Oh my God.
Good Lord.
94.
Yeah. Wait, that's his grade?
No, that's where we got him at 94.
Or his ranking, I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we could get the 94th best prospect at pick.
Do y'all want to hear his grades too in high school
Let's
or
hear it.
in college? 2022, 92.9 with 11 games played. 2023, 88.6. 2024, 94.6 playing 12 games. He had 16 sacks, 9 sacks, 12 sacks. He had 37 hurries last year. Didn't have a single game below 66. Most of them, I've never seen anybody have more blue. Pass rush grade of 94 flat, run defense grade of 92.6, a pass rush win rate of 21%.
He was the best guy around.
Hey, listen, it checks out with our board, man.
6'2", 260. He's a little undersized, but he's got a
6'2".
basketball background. He's very agile.
Yeah, so he wouldn't meet the height threshold, right? If I'm thinking right. Although Clay Matthews was 6'2", I'm just saying.
260 though, that's thick. He's thick.
It is thick. Tim, what do you think, man? Would you be okay with that pick? Would you be okay with David Walker out of Central Arkansas? Small school, but boy, he made the best of it. We good with it?
Yes.
All right, what's the chat saying? They mad? Redraft, Ben Holden said. All right, let's do it. Let's go with David Walker. Edge. Look at that A+ right there, boys. You kidding me?
Let's go.
All right, so we got Edge. Here's a recap, all right? Recap of the draft. With the 23rd pick, we went Jahdae Barron, cornerback out of Texas. 54, we went Jaden Higgins out of Iowa State. 87, we went Wyatt Malum, offensive tackle out of West Virginia. 124, we went Aeneas Peebles, defensive lineman out of Virginia Tech. 159, we went David Walker, edge defender out of Central Arkansas.
I'm loving this draft right
Let's
now.
look at linebacker.
Yeah, linebacker.
I think you're right, boy. Let's see here. Check.
There we go. Oh, run it up.
Here's the thing. Jack Kaiser's a little short. He's a little light. I'm telling you, dude, I love this dude, man. He's one of my favorite in this draft. We get him in the 104 spot, dude.
Let's go.
I'm telling you, there's going to be people there. He's too small. Okay. We're doing it anyway. I don't care.
Jack Thomas.
Let's go.
Show him that A+ and tell him to go
Look
away.
At this, dude.
It's pretty solid. Pretty solid so far. All right, let's go back to all. So, again, recap. Jahdae Barron, Jaden Higgins, Wyatt Malum, Aeneas Peebles, David Walker, and now Jack Kaiser at linebacker. So, best available.
Well, we're at round 7. Let's pull up quarterback.
You know, just take a look real quick. No.
Curtis Rourke. Hey.
I think we actually met with Rourke, if I remember correctly.
I wouldn't mind that. That guy graded out very, very well.
I'm going to say to hell with the quarterback for a second. Let's look around here.
Nice.
There's Gadsden.
Rondé Gatson. Here's the guy.
Take him. Run that up, dude.
Rondé Gass. I'm just trying to see if any other names catch our attention. There's Riley Mills.
Cody
Nick
Simon,
Nash.
Dyke, Nick Nash, Mello Dotson.
So how many picks do we got left here?
2.
Show us.
Just scroll over on your other side.
237 and 250.
We need to scroll over on the other side. What are you talking about?
Scroll down and see your future picks. There you go.
Yeah, right
237 and 250.
So I would really like to get Elijah Badger with that last pick.
What about Thor Griffith?
It could be. We'll see which one ranks higher on our board. Okay. So right here, who did we just say? Rondé Gadsden?
Rondé.
Let me double check. Pretty high on it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we got him in the 98 spot, boys.
Oh, boy.
That's at 200. God,
I mean, he's no Colston Loveland, but
look at this draft, bro. This is
the one.
Ricky
So again,
White's
recap:
there.
Jahdae Barron, Jaden Higgins, Wyatt Malum, Aeneas Peebles, David Walker, Jack Kaiser, and now tied in out of Syracuse, Rondé Gadsden the second. All right, wide receiver. This would be Elijah Badger, right? If he's there, they're going to say this is a horrible pick. I guarantee it. But I really like the idea of getting Elijah Badger this late.
He went. Somebody
Did
picked
he go
him
already?
Yeah, he was
He
in the
gone.
three.
Wow,
Yeah, he was in the
interesting.
300s.
Somebody else called.
Hey, look
on.
at there though. Marcus Weir would not be
Yeah,
a bad
Marcus
pick
Weir is not a bad
at
pick.
all.
I think this is going to set it off right here.
He's right
boys.
below them. Hold on. Look
We
who's
got
right
him at
below
2.
that. Jonah True
Monheim.
center.
Let's see here. Jonah Monheim is in the 131 spot. That's our best pick so far. All right. 131. I'm trying to see these other guys here. There's Jacob
Sean.
Bayer we just met with.
Johnny
Right?
Walker Jr.
Oh my gosh. Y'all know what we just did, boys? 110, Jacob Bayer.
Is that better than the other guy? Jonah?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let's see, 110. Let me double check. I already forgot. Jonah Monheim is 131. Yep. So Jacob Bayer would be higher.
Bayer.
So Jacob Bayer is the pick as of right now. Anybody else grab your attention here, boys? Anybody at all?
Not really. No, man.
No,
That's
you
it.
can't go wrong. Can't go wrong building the trenches.
Yeah, I agree.
Another old lineman.
Yeah, I think it's Jacob Bayer here, boys.
Dalton Cooper.
Unless there's any more D line, any D line up there.
There's Nick Nash.
Let's take a look. Riley Mills.
Tonka Hemingway, maybe. Cam Horsley. I like him.
Yep, Boston College. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, I think you got to go with our guy here.
O line, interior O line here.
Yeah.
Either the center or the guard.
yeah,
Marcus Weir
I think we go Jacob Bayer here, boys.
or Bear. Yeah, Bear.
That's the highest on our board so far that I've found.
Arkansas State. Run the cod.
The only other thing would be a corner because we only took one corner, right? And we just lost 3. I don't see anybody there that grabs my attention. Anybody grab your all's attention? I feel like they're all
Fentrell
gone.
Cypress would be the only one, maybe, but
Maybe Corey.
Corey Thornton.
Yeah, he's
Maybe.
low. He's 199. Yeah.
where's Fentrell Cypress?
Cypress. Let's see. We got him 333, Jacob.
Oof, okay.
We got some information we need to put in, but it ain't looking good. All right,
Gotcha.
cool. There it is then. We're going with our boy that the Packers met with today, Jacob Bayer. And let's
I
see
like that draft, bro. I really do.
Probably gave us a bad grade on Bayer, I would imagine, because he was ranked so low. But so the first round, here's how it laid out. It was the number 1 pick was Shedeur Sanders to the Titans, Cam Ward to the Browns, Dylan Gabriel.
Wow.
Giants.
Interesting. I have not seen that.
That is crazy. Armand Membo went all the way up to 4. Mason Graham 5, Ashton Gianti 6, Kelvin Banks 7, and Bill Carter fell to 8th. Of course, you get that injury we've been talking about. Will Johnson in 9th spot. Travis Hunter went to the Bears at 10.
Yeah.
Mike Green 11, Will Campbell 12, Malachi Starks 13, Ty Warren 14, Michael Williams 15, Matthew Golden 16, Walter Nolan went 17th to the Bengals. Tet McMillan fell all the way to 18 to the Seahawks. James Pierce Jr. 19, Kenneth Grant 20th. Derek Harmon 21st. So they went within 4 picks.
Look at that, yeah.
Walter Nolan all of a sudden is the number 1 defensive lineman going there other than Mason Graham, right? Like it's wild how that's falling in place. And then Jalen Walker, edge, went right before us. We got Jahdae Barron. So with the full draft, where's the full draft? Here we go. Because we got to make sure that we try to save this. You can never, what I don't like about this, it won't let me put the whole thing on the screen, I don't think.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
I don't know why they do that, man. Spend all that time creating a cool database and screw it up at the end. So we went 23rd pick, Jahdae Barron, cornerback out of Texas. The Packers have met with him. 54, we went Jaden Higgins, wide receiver out of Iowa State. The Packers have met with him. 87, we went Wyatt Malum, offensive tackle out of West Virginia. I'm not sure if they met with him or not. 124, Aeneas Peebles, defensive lineman out of Virginia Tech. The Packers have met with him. David Walker at 159, edge defender out of Central Arkansas. Number 198, probably my favorite pick here, Jack Kaiser, linebacker out of Notre Dame.
Here's the guy.
237, tight end to Rondé Gatson out of Syracuse. And then with 250, we went with Jacob Bayer out of Arkansas State, who we talked about is sitting right around the top 100 on our board, although he was significantly lower here on the consensus big board. So they gave us a C for that one. Other than that one, we knocked the rest out of the park, boys.
Nailed it.
I like that draft. I like that
I do
draft a
too.
lot. I like it a
I'm
lot.
going to hit save on it real quick. There, that's what I should have did. I could have just pulled that up on the screen.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and save that one for us so we know.
Email that over to Goody Stat.
Send it over to him, and he'll sprinkle that up, throw it in the trash, and say, get out of here, son. So, all right, boys, that's it. That was fun. Got us a mock draft, and we hadn't done one in a while. I'm trying to think of what all we covered. We covered wide receiver drops in that second hour. What else did we hit on? The breaking news came in the first hour. We did the Trey Howard scout.
We hit on the D line.
Yeah, we did that in the first hour too. I think that's all we did was wide receiver drops and then went straight into the mock, right? 7-round mock. All right, cool. Good deal. Anything else, boys? Let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah, that was a good episode. I liked it.
That was fun.
Nice mock. Good work.
Learned a lot with the receivers too, man. Really, really did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Shout out to the super chats. Chris the Casual In, thank you, buddy. Brambo, thank you. H.E. Solder, thank you for the super chat, sir. Thanks everybody in the Patreon group. We got more stuff coming out on it. We're going to be doing our draft contest here real soon, okay? And that's going to be something that's exclusive to the Patreon group. Also, next Saturday, this coming Saturday, we're going to be doing a giveaway. We're going to be giving away an autographed Mason Crosby card, okay? If you want to make sure that you're entered into that giveaway, here's what you do. You just got to be a member of the Patreon group. It's only $3. All right. It gets you access to all the extra content we're putting in there. Every report that you see us covering here, all the deep dives. I'm trying to do all of that or as much as possible in article form. We're archiving in there so you can go back. You'll have access to all those drop percentages, all that stuff. You'll have your hands on right there. There's a lot of other interesting stuff we're going to be doing here in the future with the Patreon group as well. We also put the YouTube members into that, but I keep telling people, guys, choose the Patreon group over being a YouTube member, okay? And the reason being is you get a lot more bang for your buck over there. For $3, you get access to all of this, all the chats. You can ask questions to the show, all that good stuff, okay? It's a way that you can DM me there as well. If you got something you need to let me know. If Tim pissed you off on the show, you can let me know in a DM, and I'll never pretend like I read it, okay? You know what I'm saying? So that's what So, but yeah, appreciate everybody. Just scan the QR code in the upper right or just go to patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. We'll see y'all tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central. Hey, seriously, I don't say this enough. Thank you to everyone. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. This show would be horrible if it wasn't for the chat and wasn't for the feedback. It's just a really cool community we've created here, and we're only getting started, man. The channel is going nuts. So again, thank you. Please don't think we take it for granted. But everybody have a good night. Talk to you soon.
And we go.
Bye, guys.